Man, how awesome is that, right? Well, good afternoon, everyone. Over the next few days, mainly what we're going to be keeping an eye on is where exactly that air and that smoke is going to combine here over the next few days for. So how high it's going to be up in the atmosphere, how low it gets. And I wanted to show you first a quick look at the NOAA's rapid refresh smoke model. And what you're seeing right here is left side of the screen where you have that bit of a height within some of the black right there. Those are the Olympic Mountains. The right side is showing you the Cascades, and that in between there is Puget Sound, where we see during the days of tomorrow, maybe even heading into more of Wednesday, we might get that smoke to come down a little more. So you might notice it as far as air quality coming in and impacting us here closer to Puget Sound. But the majority of it is going to stay high up into the atmosphere or either on into the other side of the state. So again, just how all of this is moving around, you can see some of the smoke coming in from the south, and also noticing some of that kind of being wrapped around from some of the wildfires that we have on the eastern side of the state. As far as the air quality, again, farther north is where we might have some slight differences when it comes to air quality, moderate levels for those of us closer to Bellingham and right up around the Canadian border, but the majority of it is farther east across the state where they have those air quality alerts. Skies are looking hazy right now with the smoke higher up into the atmosphere. 80 degrees with a west-northwest wind at 12 miles per hour. Mid-80s in Puyallup right now, sitting in the low 70s in Hoquiam. We got quiet conditions, though, weather-wise, with the majority of the action happening farther to the east into Idaho and in Montana. But later this week, that area of low pressure spinning in the Gulf of Alaska, that's going to start to scoot its way down here and help to provide some rain chances. But for the day tomorrow and heading into Wednesday, some pretty high heat with upper 90s to 105 degrees expected across the eastern part of the state. For us here, smoke into the higher levels of the atmosphere will help to limit some of the heating that we do see. So still more of those low to mid 80s, skies staying relatively quiet and featuring more of that hazy sunshine. Tomorrow, 65 in Oak Harbor, 82 in Mount Vernon. Will top off closer to around 82 in Redmond, 78 in Linwood. Paulsbo topping off at about 82 degrees. South Sound, mid 80s in Belfair, 87 in Auburn, and 83 in Federal Way. We'll top off at 84 on Wednesday, and yes, later into the week, probably Thursday evening, but more so on Friday, we'll start to get those rain chances on in here with a few chances still expected around heading into the weekend.